Hello, and welcome to this SVU recap here on FANVERSATION. That's right, this is Law and Order SVU. I am your host, Yael Tygiel. I'm joined, as always, by Taylor Gates. Hello, Taylor.
Hello, I'm so excited to be back.
You have no idea. You have no
I'm
idea
ready.
how excited I am. Oh, it's been too long. Today, we are going back in time. We are discussing season 12, episode 18, Bully, one of Taylor's favorites.
It is. It's got so much just comedy gold. And then the fact that over quarantine I've been binging Real Housewives, and we have a Countess Luann cameo in this. Like, nothing could be better. Nothing could be better. This was a gift directly just for me.
It was. It really was. This was a gift. This was how I lured you to come back.
It's true. I was like, well, if we can talk about Countess Luann, I guess I'm
in. As always, before...
Okay. My chair just had a mind of its own. Okay, there we go. Fine.
As always, before we jump into our episode, we will give an advisory and a hotline. That's right. If you find yourself in a situation where you need help, please reach out. You can call the RAINN Hotline. That is 1-800-656-4673. 1-800-656-4673. Taylor, what does...
Hope.
There you go.
Listen, I'm on top of my game, okay? I'm on top of my game.
Yes, and before we jump into this episode, I would say this episode in particular, consider this your content warning. We will make light, we will make jokes, and that's what this show is. So if you are not in the mindset or in the place where you can hear things that might be inappropriate, this show might not be for you. And now you've been warned, and we can say all the terrible things we want.
Indeed. Yeah, I agree. This one in particular might get a little, yeah.
As we jump in, let me tell you what this episode is about. According to IMDb, Benson and Stabler believe that the abusive CEO of a wine company killed her CFO. But why are the company's other employees refusing to step forward and expose her? I like that. It's good.
It's good. It's very good. It's so funny. I watched this actually with a friend who's not, like, he doesn't watch SVU all the time, which I'm going to change it. But I lured him in again with Countess Luann because he's a big Real Housewives fan. And he's like, this is so good. Like, I want a prequel of all the Luscious Grapes people. Like, will you please write this spinoff? And I was like, I actually would be happy to, because there's so much potential there.
Yeah, honestly, I really like that this IMDb recap focuses on the actual story, because I feel like rewatching it, it takes so long to get to, like, it's the Luscious Grape people. What were you going to say?
There are A plots, there are B plots, there are C plots, there are D plots. Like, there are so many layers to this. And for what? Like, and for what reason? I don't really know.
Yeah, the entire side story about the leather goods, about the guy with the
My
purse.
Leather Fantasy.
That's a good company name we forgot about.
It is. It could have had two.
I forgot about that whole storyline, and then the whole thing with the artist and Countess Luann, and like, who cares? I was like, let's get to Luscious Grapes.
Yeah, there's a lot happening, but they're all so beautiful and unique in their own way. So, like, I don't want them to take it out, because, like, I'm so glad we got what we got. Like, it's all gold in its own special way.
I really would have preferred, like, the leather stuff to take us. Like, I would like that story. I want to hear about this guy whose company.
Totally. It should have been 3 separate episodes. Yeah, that's true.
Like, I want to hear about this guy who harasses people until they give him negative reviews so that his company can make more money. Yes.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, so this episode was season 12. So it came out, what, like 2010-ish? The fact that this guy is an SEO king in 2010, like, he has such an understanding of Google and, like, search engine optimization. I'm like, listen, like, he's kind of with it. Like, he kind of knows what's up. Like, he shouldn't have done things he did. Like, let's not get that twisted. But I'm like, okay, like there's some intellect in there, as twisted as it seems.
Yeah, I agree. I also do like how many times they have to like point out that he is high end like handbags and not S&M stuff, because I feel like that's a missed opportunity right there. He should not only be doing handbags, he should also have S&M stuff.
Exactly, find your niche, dude. Like there's obviously an audience for both. Like, why are we not combining this?
I agree. I really enjoy this episode. I think that there's a lot of fun stuff. I want to understand, because this is one of your favorites. I want to understand what it is about this episode that you like can't handle.
It's like just so campy and over the top. Like, especially with Kate Burton's like tirades. They're so quotable. They're so insane that I love SVU when it just goes like balls to the walls, like completely just takes all these turns, all these weird details. Like we have the panda flash drive, like we have the advertisement that they do that's so creepy and like very like get out-y. Like it's so, like I said, it feels so campy to me, and that's SVU at its best. Like that's what I love about the show sometimes.
It's funny because we have such different things that we love about it. What I really loved about this episode is that you think you understand the story. You think you understand that there's this girl and she's mousy, and so somebody tried to make a move and like that's what happened. And that in the end, that's not what happened. Like her assault and the way she's murdered is nowhere where any of us assumed it was. No one thought that's what it was. Like she fell and he like violated her, and the way that he knew how to do this was because his mother was a singer. Like it's so specific and weird.
Right. And
yeah.
Right. Specificity, I think, is like a good thing to point out, because like, yeah, the more like weird details we have, like the better the show always is. And like, not to skip too far ahead, but you brought up the mother. I love that it just like ends on her like needing help and absolutely no one helping her. Like this woman like needs assistance, but like we're just gonna, no cop stays back to explain. Like she's fending for herself now.
Yes,
Feels
I
wrong,
think
but
it's surprising
right.
they didn't call like social services. Like this woman
No, they
has
literally
been
just
abandoned.
left her alone, just completely by herself.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, why not?
There's also, speaking of like 50 storylines, there's also the entire storyline of the girl hitting the guy with her grandfather's car. Like that whole other crime.
Right. Like there's so much happening here. There's so much. This could have been like an entire season's worth of plot. And it should have been. This should have been a multi-parter. I wanted to see all the behind the scene luscious grapes things that were happening. I just think it's the funniest like workplace. I want someone to edit it, like you know how people edit it for like different genres. Like I would love someone to edit like Luscious Grapes as a comedy show, like in the Office type workplace comedy would thrive as that.
Yeah, put that out to our audience. If you can do that, we want to see it.
Send me your Luscious Grape fan fiction, or don't even bother tweeting me, honestly.
It's so much. I think what's interesting is the CEO woman says we're 10 employees, and we've met I did not write down a single name. So we met the boss CEO.
We're just gonna have to call them by like the right.
The CFO. There's the sales guy who thinks he's a ladies' man. There's the young girl. There's the gay man, and I only describe him as that because that's all we got for him. And then the one other guy.
Yeah, that's a good line. Yeah, pretty much.
There's 6. I'd like to know
right, but
who the other are, and what did they have to do with it?
Right, if they're a family, we should be meeting the family. We shouldn't just be meeting part of the family. Like, show me everything or show me nothing. Or make it a 6-person company. Like, what?
Right.
Why add extras? Maybe it's like an intern he like quit, after all this went down.
He couldn't handle
But then I
it.
want their story too, right? But then like that's really interesting too.
Yes, I really like this. All of these characters seem interesting. The older gentleman who's not the sales guy and not the gay man,
Right.
he reminds me of a character on Emily in Paris.
That's so funny you say that because I was just gonna be like this entire episode like gives me some Emily in Paris vibes, and I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, it's weird that this show, I would like to imagine that back when season 12 aired, Darren Star saw this and went, what if?
What about luscious grapes? But make it French.
Yes, absolutely. I know this one has some of your favorite lines. This is definitely an episode that has, I would say, some quality, memorable things. Tell us, Taylor the writer, tell us some of your favorite lines.
Oh my gosh. Well, there are so many. I mean, this shouldn't be funny, but I think the execution of it made it so funny on the phone. I'm going to kill you unless you give me what I want. Just the tone that was set in, like, makes me laugh every time. That's dark, but it's just true. And then her tirade, I just found 3 typos. A classic. What about you, you big fruit? The emphasis on the certain words, I think that's what really sells it to me. Every time she says, Ellen, so guttural.
It's
really
interesting that you bring up the fruit. The amount of times they like point out that he's gay.
And it's like, who cares? Like, he's in the wine business. Like, isn't that kind of, yeah, of course.
Right. I think the only time that it felt relevant to me to point out that he was gay was that, like, when she says, like, I thought they were having an affair until I met his partner. And I was like, oh, okay. So that is relevant. And then the part where he goes, everyone called her a fruit fly. And I went, that seems like an offensive line that should be discussed. But then we don't need to bring it up every time we talk about it.
Yeah, every time. I just think all of her insults to her employees are just like so funny because they feel like an 8th grader, like made them up. And then she delivers them with such visceral hatred. Like she called like that toe David. Like it's just so good. Worst boss ever with the AH. Like, come on, that's everything to me right there. There's just so much. They just gave us so much.
I agree with you. I think also the amount of times they said, we're like a family. We're like a family.
Yeah.
And the fact that yeah, that's the fact that wasn't a like, perhaps this is a cult and we should look at that avenue. Let's discuss the cult of this.
The reddest flag. Like the reddest flag.
Yes. I want to tell everybody a little bit about the history of this episode because it is 100%, well, not 100%, but it is ripped from headlines. This episode actually took 2 different headlines and pushed them together. So the first one is the Queen of Mean. I have this Wikipedia page open. Her name was Liana Helmsley. Okay. Too many L's. And she was nicknamed the Queen of Mean for her flamboyant personality and reputation as a tyrannical behavior. There were also allegations of non-payments by contractors that she hired, and she was a hotelier. Did not know that was a word.
It is.
Great. And she ended up going to prison for tax evasion.
That checks out. Yeah. That just checked out to me.
Right. So if you would like to learn more about the Queen of Mean, her name is Leona Helmsley.
That's an incredible name for that. Like, you know that was just her future when her parents were like, yeah, that's her name. Like, of course she is. Like a Miranda Priestley, that's another one. Like,
would you like her full name?
Yeah, I do actually.
Leona Mindy Roberts Helmsley. Did that help? Did you freeze?
If you have 4 names, like it's over. Like that's your purpose in life.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that.
It is a merger of her story, The Queen of Mean, and dun dun dun, the public suicide of R. Bud Dwyer. Sorry, R. Bud Dwyer. R, I believe, stands for Robert. Dwyer was convicted of accepting a bribe from the California firm that won the contract that he was found guilty on 11 counts of conspiracy, mail fraud, perjury, and interstate transportation aid of racketeering. He was scheduled to be sentenced on January 23rd, 1987, but on January 22nd, he called a news conference in Pennsylvania State Capitol and shot himself in front of reporters. And his suicide was broadcast later that day to a wide television audience across Pennsylvania. So they took the two stories.
It's not funny, but the fact that yeah, because I was like, that was like the most, I mean, there's a lot unrealistic about this episode, like, let's just be honest, but that was one of the parts I was like, okay, this is insane. But I guess fact is stranger than fiction, so that does make sense, I guess.
Yeah,
in the blood painting, I thought was like, okay.
The fact that he like continued painting with the blood, that seemed reasonable to me.
It's already here. I mean, what are you gonna do about it?
He's an artist. You know, he's gonna work with what he has.
Artist.
What
was the name of his exhibit? The Price of Blood or something? Something like that. It was something ridiculous that had to do with blood.
Yes. Let's also talk about, unless there's more that you wanted to bring up about this episode specifically, because I also have some real SVU news for us.
Ooh, yeah. I don't think I just love that Luann was in this, but she should stick to reality TV. I think I'm just gonna put it that way.
I'm sorry. She was bad. And every rewatching, I go, she's so bad.
It's like, it's so funny because this character is essentially her. Like, it's her personality, but like she couldn't, like, just act like yourself and you would have nailed it. But like, we had to really try. But I love her, no hate. If she watches this, which she won't, but if she watches this, I love you. Like, and I'm sorry. But stick to reality, I think.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right.
But she was great. Like, I wish that she was the main character in this. Like, let's not get it twisted. My friend that I watched it with wanted her to come back so badly, and I agreed. I think that would have been such a twist.
Honestly, I remember them promoting this episode with guest star Countess Luann, and then the fact that she had nothing to do with it. I was like, okay.
I love how she just like in a sheet for one of them too. I was like, that's incredible. They were like, yeah, you're just sleeping with the artist.
Yeah, incredible. She was like, okay.
Only SVU could be like, yeah, this is your role, Countess Luann.
All right, let's head over to real SVU news. Oh, I forgot I did this. Hold on. Look at that. Real SVU news time.
We have a banner.
We have a banner. Okay, so I have 3 news stories to share with us today. First of all is Keith Raniere. I don't know, Taylor, I know you're aware, but I don't know if our audience is aware.
I'm aware.
Everything going on with NXIVM. Keith Raniere, who was the CEO and vanguard of NXIVM, has been sentenced to 120 years. If you do not know the story of NXIVM, Taylor, I know you can tell us where to find information about this.
Oh, there's so many documentaries out there now. There was one on HBO. There's one on Showtime now. I did a podcast about it for AfterBuzz on it, Cults and Extreme Beliefs, an entire recap of that. There's a lot of info about it. And I think SVU did an Inspired by one last season.
Yep, they did.
Which was a trip. It was quite the time, but it's really interesting. And that's just, I mean, everyone's interested in it. Not just me, because I really am interested in cults, but it's like a cultural phenomenon. So definitely check out at least one of the documentaries because you have a plethora to choose from.
Yes. I actually sat down and watched all of The Vow, which is the HBO one, and was told that you should definitely check out Seduced, which is the Stars or Showtime.
Oh, Stars or Showtime. Yeah,
it's one of those.
It starts with an S and it's a streaming service.
And it's a premium channel, so check that out. I heard that one's a lot more information and less censored than the Vow, which had a lot more, I would say, insider footage, but that's because it was made by people who had escaped or they were involved in the production. But I did watch the one that you did the after show for, and I think that one gave like a better picture in a shorter amount of time. So yeah. I recommend starting there.
It's crazy. It's just like a really crazy story. It's like basically started out as like a female empowerment is like what they said. They got like some like CD-list celebrities to like be ambassadors for it. It's really, really, really nuts and really interesting. So
yeah, I have recently fallen down a NXIVM hole and been watching almost all of it.
As you should. Yeah. As everyone should.
Other SVU news. If you aren't aware, Borat's subsequent movie film has come out. That is the Borat sequel. And in there, former Mayor Rudy Giuliani did some things and I assume this will turn into something. I assume this is not going away. So I guess watch Borat subsequent movie film. It's on Amazon Prime to catch that, or just see what Rudy is claiming happened and what Borat is claiming happened. That's that news.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've been following it, and it's crazy. That's also crazy. Wow, there's so much weird SVU news right now. It's just like,
but wait,
and not even like
there's more.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Adult film star Ron Jeremy is now dealing with even more cases against him. He is being charged with different things. So as of where is this? As of the 28th, he was hit with 7 new sexual assault charges. So additional to whatever he had, there are now 7 more charges.
Wow.
So here is what I have. It's involving 5 women and a 17-year-old. The new charges and previous claims could see him facing 330 years if found guilty. The rape and other sex crimes revealed today, a few days ago, range from a 1996 in the San Fernando Valley to 2013 in a West Hollywood bar. With the equally chilling, what is equally chilling is the other 14 cases that were denied by the DA's office because they were outside of the statute of limitations. All of the 6 cases are allowed today from 2000 to 2013. So except the 96 incident, which involved a minor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. That's crazy.
A lot of crazy real SVU news going on in the world. We'll be, as SVU news, real SVU news exists, we will continue to be sharing it here on, I forgot what our show's called. Law and Order
SVU.
That's it.
Clever.
Almost called it what it used to be called.
It's fine. We just rebranded.
We're
still the same us.
Same us. Yes, and as always, we're gonna do a weekly poll, which we'll share on social. Look at that.
Yes, more specifically my socials. And then Yael will probably retweet to her socials if she
Yes.
would be so kind to. But this week, we are asking you what your favorite fictional SVU company is. There are so many. I mean, there's also My Other Fantasy, which I didn't even put in there. That even slipped our mind because there's a wealth of them. We have Luscious Grapes, of course, from this episode. We have tastysugar.com, which I love Luscious Grapes. Tasty Sugar is real close up there for me personally. That's from Sugar. It has Eric McCormick. It has a person in a suitcase. It has geocaching. That episode is another one of my favorites, actually. We have Quick Ride, which appeared in a couple episodes. It's like an Uber Lyft app, which is actually pretty good name for those apps, I have to say. And we have Donna Rosa's Meats, which is when Benson went undercover in the meat factory. That was a wild ride of an episode for sure. So vote for your favorites, comment if we didn't include it in the poll, because I'd love to go down memory lane and read the other fictional SVU companies.
Yeah, I would love to hear more of our favorite companies that they make up. I will say the Tasty Sugar one is such a good, that's such a good episode. That one includes,
talk about twists and turns.
Yeah, that one includes them announcing over a loudspeaker that they're looking for the masturbator.
Not a masturbator, the masturbator.
Yes.
Incredible. They don't make them like that anymore. They just don't make them like that anymore.
They don't. And we'll tell you where to find that poll in just a minute. Before we conclude today's recap, I want to tell everybody what the plan is, because their SVU isn't back yet. So this week we were discussing Bully. Next week we will be talking about Wildlife season. Oh, I definitely did not write down where that is, but that was an old one. I want to say it's like 8 or 9. Wildlife was a long time ago. And then, thank you. And then the week after that is the SVU premiere. That's right. SVU is back for season 22 on the 12th. We will be back on the 15th, which is the Sunday right after. That's right. Every week, Sunday, we are going to be discussing the episode that airs. And if there is no episode that airs, we will be discussing other episodes that we love, because there are so many still to discuss. If you missed any of last season, we have a link in the description below that has the playlist to all of our recaps from last season over on AfterBuzz. You can check that out there. What episode and season was Wildlife?
It's season 10, episode 7.
Wow, look at you. Good job.
Wow. I've been studying.
I'm very impressed.
But thank you.
Before we go, as a reminder, if you find yourself in need, please reach out to RAINN. That number is 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-4673. They also have a completely anonymous chat online if you can't make a phone call, that you can chat with them. Look up RAINN, RAINN. Why I didn't make a banner for this, I don't know. That's my bad.
We're learning.
We're learning.
Next week,
this was a great first episode for Law and Order SVU. Thank you to Tari J. Miller for that name. Yep.
Yes.
He
so good.
It.
So clever.
I'm so happy to be back chatting with you, Taylor. Taylor, where can everyone find you and the poll and anything else you're up to these days?
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at alphabet_Ann, and you can find me on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. Any
other shows or platforms or anything?
Not yet, but I am in the process. We just did a test show yesterday of doing a Twilight podcast called Win and Forks, and we are going to reread the Twilight books and look at it with a critical literary analysis eye. So that's going to be really a lot of fun. And we're also going to, talk all the memes, because we're in the middle of a Twilight renaissance right now. Like, of course we need to discuss.
Okay. I trust you. I'd
like more enthusiasm from you.
I lost you at the end of that, and I don't know Twilight. You disappeared on me. All right. I'm everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Usually on Sundays, right after this, I will be talking superheroes here on FANVERSATION for Super Lady Hero Hour. I'm also on Saturdays on Streaming Wars over on that hashtag show. I'm trying to think there's other things I need to tell you about. It's Streaming Wars and Super Lady Hero Hour and Law and Order SVU every Sunday at 2 o'clock right here. Thank you for joining us. If you're in the live chat, say hello. We would love to say hello to you. Oh, and we're echoey. All right. Bye, everybody.